The new rally commanders are in full display, and we saw them all last week and over the weekend in 2377's big KVK that they had where they were fighting against a bunch of other kingdoms. So Pass 7 opened last week, and we got to see Gorgo Tokugawa in the Garrison in the pass for the first time, and holy jeez, it did not disappoint. Just like we told you, Pincer carried it all. So let's go through that as we go through some of these reports and some of the things we want to do when it comes to how important Pincer is and how great Gorgo Tokugawa is with Pincer, but then also what it does for Gorgo Hera. So stick around as we go through it all. Yeah, everybody, I'm your boy, Word Daddy Chatsky. I put out videos all the time. Videos and streams. We have a great time with our community. And if you enjoy the videos, be sure to throw a thumbs up, like the videos, like the streams that we do. And if you would be so kind, subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost you anything. I don't bug you with a whole bunch of pings or anything. It's pretty easy. And you can be a part of that community. And speaking of that community, you can join my Discord. The link is in the description. Our Discord has continued to grow. We're over 6,000 members now in our Discord. And we do all this stuff all the time. I was streaming this. This was a pass rally from Pass 7 when it opened last week in this big KVK with 2377. Now, Canada is a really, really good player. You saw him in my 3v3 tournament. He's got really good stuff. It's not crazy top of the line meta stuff, but it's really, really good. Mars from 2377 was also garrisoning some of these things, but we wanted to go through this and show everybody like the power of Pincer and what it does. Not only what it does for Gorgo and Tokugawa, but what it does for Gorgo and Hera. And we've talked about it at length, okay? When you come into this and you look at it, Pincer is out of control good. It is a formation with the special inscriptions that are so overpowered, no other formation can compare to it within its respective field. You know, you have Wedge for skill damage, you have Delta formation for combo damage, but Pincer for Smite is so broken. It's broken in rallies with CPO Milianis, it's broken in Garrison with Gorgo and Tokugawa, and it's broken in field with BQ and Luce. And so we knew the Gorgo Tokugawa Garrison with Pincer, especially in a pass, was going to absolutely wreck everything. And we have those reports. We can go through and show you. But here's what we found out. Pincer is so good of a formation, it actually makes Gorgo and Hera viable. I know that sounds crazy, but it is really hard to keep mono troop types. Okay, mono troop types basically means if you're running Gorgo and Tokugawa, it's all infantry. That's hard to do sometimes. When you're getting double rallied on the pass, you're having to dump in as many troops as you can on the reinforcements. It's really, really hard to do. And so you have to go mixed at some point so people can just put in whatever they have. They can put in T4 Cavs, they can put in Siege, they can put in Archers, doesn't matter. And it keeps the garrison full. And so when you look at this overall and we go through these pass rallies, I mean, it was wild. It was absolutely wild. This was last week. This is during Pass 7. And when you see this, the interesting part about this, let me just show you something, okay? Because this is what people have to understand. When you go through this, hold on, let me pull this up. This is our boy Canada's gear, okay? It's good, but it's like not meta. He's running a dagger that's tier 5. He's running a ring that's not critted. That's all he's running on his gear. And so you come over here and look, he does have Pincer, and he's got 3 special inscriptions with Raider up in the instrument slot. The Raider is one of the best rare inscriptions in the game. So that's exactly how you want to have that set up. He's got primed and he's got resistance. So he's got some other inscriptions that help out with double inscriptions. So this is a really good, this is like an S- S tier inscription set, probably S-. Okay, the gear is like an S- or an A+. The gear is nothing to write home about. I mean, it's not crazy or anything. However, because of Pincer, this is what this thing did. He sent me all these reports, and Canada was crazy in this KVK. This dude was all over the place. He was leading KP on his side of fighting. He was doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and so I reached out to him. I've gotten to know him from that 3v3 tournament and the people who really, really drive that account, and so it was really, really cool to kind of see. Now, here is a pass rally. This is one of the first ones. Okay, 903 is throwing up archer rallies, and Canada ran the Gorgo Tokugawa with that set I just showed you. The set is not, it's not like top of the line meta. It doesn't need to be. That's how good Pincer is. Look what this thing does to an archer rally. This is archers against infantry. How crazy is that? That's how nuts this thing is. It is wild how good this thing works. And when you come down here to another one, I mean, they just kept running these things. Of course, you don't see a whole lot of swarms, and there's not a lot of AoE with the mono troop type because there's no AoE on the Gorgo Tokugawa. But look what this thing does. Now you're seeing a power difference because this is like all T4. This is all T4 in the past. These are all farms. These are almost all exclusively T5. When people are reinforcing the rally, they're doing it a lot with T5s. So that's why you see a crazy power difference, but the deads are about the same. And that's just the power of Gorgo and Tokugawa with Pincer. That's what's crazy about this. So it's what people have to understand when it comes to Pincer. We told you it was that broken. Let me come in here and kind of show you some of these other reports because they're pretty nuts here. When you look at this, let me go through this and I'm going to show you. There we go. Here were some other reports that we had. These were from the rally side, but it shows you what they were doing. Just the same report. This is from the rally side. Same thing. Okay. It's crazy what this thing did. This was against the Scipio Emilianus with Attila, and it actually did this. Now, what people have to understand, and I'm going to show this to you, is that this was the double rally. Okay. So in this context, this is what the Garrison was doing to the tank rally. Okay, it was just obliterating it. And then the Garrison switched to these double rallies, and Gorgo Hera, this is what it was doing to Scipio Emilianus with Attila. In an artifact KVK, Scipio Emilianus with Attila and arch formation stuff, or Pincer, is gonna wreck this, but it actually doesn't do too bad. And that's a Gorgo Hera. That's what people have to understand. This is what's crazy about this. And if you see it at the bottom, this is a Gorgo Hera situation to where it is trading even. Look at the bottom. It's trading even with an archer rally. So not only do we know that Gorgo Tokugawa with the Pincer is busted good, it's going to trade so good on a tank rally that if you're hitting it with a double rally, it's still going to trade positive overall because the double rally, the non-tank rally, the DPS rally is not doing enough damage to it that the Garrison is doing to the tank rally. It's what's crazy about how good it is. So you can literally run doubles against this Gorgo Tokugawa pass rally and just, you're fine. You can run doubles against it and it'll be fine as long as you can keep mono troop types. But here's what else it does. This is the report I'm showing you now. This is a Gorgo Hera that's trading even with an Ash, with an archer rally. That should not happen. There is no way that's supposed to happen. Okay, now Rockstar is a really good player and has a good Garrison, but there's no way Gorgo Hera in any facet should trade this well against an archer rally. There's no way it should happen. But that's what Pincer does. Pincer's so good that when you run it with a Gorgo Hera, it really does well against rallies. It's crazy how that works. Here's another rally. It gets beat, but it's trading pretty even. And on a mixed troop Garrison, okay, Pincer is actually able to get it to where it's trading even against some of these high damage rallies. That's what people have to understand. Pincer's so broken that it literally carries a mixed troop rally. I'm going to show you something here. This is in Kingsland, okay? And the Gorgo is getting absolutely throttled here on some of these Kingsland rallies and swarms. You're going to get swarmed all the time. This is what people have to understand about this. Now, Tokugawa, we talked about, is amazing. 1v1, he's off the charts. 1v1 with Pincer and Gorgo, he's off the charts. But you immediately have to go to mixed troops because that's what you see in Kingsland. This is a Kingsland flag and it's just being swarmed nonstop. Kingsland flags have to be swarmed. So in these higher AC and Imperium level KVKs, you're going to get swarmed. That's just the way it is. And there's Mr. Hope. He is hard filling this thing on his account. He's got over 2 billion power. And so you have to hard fill this thing because this is what you see. You cannot run Tokugawa behind Gorgo in this situation. Now you can run Pincer with Hera in this situation. Like you're going to run Hera for mixed troops. Well, there's the DPS rally down there. It's a Nevsky Justinian. That's doing a lot of DPS on this Garrison. However, you can run Gorgo Hera, and you can still put Pincer on it, it doesn't mean you're going to get wrecked by the swarms. It just means that you're going to do more damage to the rally. Now, Arch does better against the swarms, but the rally's crushing it. That's the hard part. You got to do some damage to the rally, because that's what makes this flag go down in the end, is because this rally is putting so much DPS, it's putting so much damage on the garrison that it makes the swarmers so much more effective. We saw rallies where they were running Attila Martel on the flag, and it was never going to kill the flag with hard swarms and hard filling, because it just didn't do enough damage. So with that being said, you can run Gorgo and Hera and put Pincer on it, and it's going to do more damage to this rally, because the rally is really what makes this thing burn with all. I mean, look at the red numbers it's doing. Justinian right there, 156k. I mean, it's wild what that rally was doing. So you can run mono troop type. So basically, the takeaway from all of this, it's real simple. The takeaway is that when you have Pincer, because you get into KVKs to where you have to run mixed troops, you have to run Gorgo with Hera. You have to. And if that's the case, you can put Pincer on Gorgo. You can put the Pincer formation on Gorgo, and it performs far better than Arch when you're running Gorgo Hera. Gorgo Hera with Arch gets absolutely obliterated by Attila Subutai, by Pincer's Scipio Emilianus rallies, and by archers. It gets obliterated. And now with Pincer, you can put on Gorgo. It actually trades well against the rallies. Now, it's a little bit more susceptible to swarms because Arch does a much better job in anti-swarm. However, the Pincer, you're getting enough anti-swarm with the mixed troops, obviously, but with Hera and Gorgo, you're getting plenty of counterattack damage, okay? Arch is kind of overkill. And what a lot of players have to do, and this is for you infantry players out there, you basically need both. If you're going to be a Garrison infantry player, you need both. You need to have a Pincer set, and you need to have an Arch set. And so you can tailor the Garrison for whatever you want. But I think the main point is that Pincer is so powerful that you can run Gorgo Hera mixed and still do great against the rallies. You can put it in the patch, you can put it in a fort, you can even put it in a flag, and you can put Pincer on Gorgo, and it does so much better than Arch with Gorgo Hera. That's the takeaway from it. We saw those reports. We saw all the stuff that happened in that Kingsland with 2377, in that Pass 7 with 2377. It was wild what they were doing, and it really kind of showed the testament of, number one, Pincer, but also Tokugawa. If you can get away with not being swarmed and put Pincer on Gorgo Tokugawa, it's going to wreck everything. There's nothing that can sustain that thing. And so that's what we're seeing right now, and those are the results. And so if you want, drop a comment down below. Join the conversation as we talk about this on our Discord, and it is always a good situation to be in when we go through this and we try to figure it all out. And so if you join the Discord, you can put your thoughts there, put your thoughts in the comments. I always like to respond to the comments, but that's what we found in this KVK in Pass 7 in Kingsland. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to put a thumbs up on it. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing that. And with that being said, hope you guys have a great day, broskies.